Yesterday, I watched this 2-hour live stream on Neil Pickup's channel and I totally enjoyed it. My reaction was, good job Neil, thanks for providing us the opportunity to listen to these two legends speak. And then after that, I got 4 different messages and comments telling me to review this video, basically shorten this in a condensed format and present it to the viewers. So we are going to do that in this video, and for that reason, I had to watch this twice. So I may be the only person in this world who had to watch this 2-hour live stream completely from beginning to the end twice. Welcome Arm Wrestling fans, I'm Pradeep from Arm Wrestling News. So this live stream started with a lot of trash talks, but before that I want to tell something that John Brzenk said after this live stream. John said that he feels like a newbie again and he wants to climb the ladder back once again very slowly. But is Devon Larratt a slow climb to that ladder? We don't know. And John even said that he doesn't even know if Devon is being serious or not with these trash talks. So Devon started with saying that he wants a fully prepared John Brzenk, not the 2008 excuse making John Brzenk. John asked Devon if Devon remembers the call that they had 2 weeks prior to that match. John told him that his wrist is not 100% and there are probably a dozen guys in this world who can give Devon a better match than him. So before this, there were a lot of doubts about John Brzenk's shape in that 2008 match where he lost 6-0 to Devon Larratt. Neil Pickup has always been saying that John was 100% in that match because he confirmed it from John. But that was not the case, as we found out here. John was not 100% in that match. And if you remember that John Brzenk mentioned that he did not have a great experience at Arm Wars, so he may not be competing there once again. He mentioned something about sponsors, but he did not elaborate. He also was not happy with the referees being submissive to Devon Larratt. He said that in round 1, even before round 1 started, Devon was messing so much in the setup that his hand, John's hand, was numb and drained out even before the first match, and the referee was totally submissive. He was not doing anything about that. John asked Neil if he had to cut about 20 minutes from that match, the setup and the gripping up before the first round. So that's how long, according to John, it took to start the match with Devon Larratt. And Travis Bagent has had similar complaints with Devon Larratt in Arm Wars. So this is not something we are listening for the first time. John also brought the Todd Hutchings match to kind of mock Devon Larratt. He said that Devon's arm was parallel to the table. He got pinned in round 1, but the referee didn't call it. And Devon doesn't care about the referee, about who is the referee, as long as he is submissive to him. John asked Devon what does he think about the difference in level or the gap between Devon and Levan and Devon and himself. Devon replied that probably the gap between Levan and Devon is lesser than the gap between Devon and John. And John kind of laughed it off. He said that Devon is being delusional. And this is interesting to me because Devon said that it should not be a shutout stakes. John Brzenk versus Devon Larratt should not have been a shutout stakes match. So it means he believes that the match is close. But when the Levan match happens, now he cannot put it as a shutout stakes match. And why would he? If he's promoting his match against Levan, it means he thinks he can beat him. So why would he have it as a shutout stakes match? Devon won't bring the Legacy Hammer with him in Dubai, but the hammer will be on the line. There are currently 4 names on the Legacy Hammer, right-handed hammer. Number 1, Marcio Barboza, then John Brzenk, then Devon Larratt, then Michael Todd, and then after King of the Table in May this year, Devon Larratt once again. So John Brzenk could be the second guy after Devon to have his name twice on that hammer. Then came in Sap the Bee with some awesome super chats. You may call him a hater, but this guy was spitting facts. So first super chat was about Devon Larratt not having even a single win over any elite European right-handed in his entire career. And Devon replied that Zloty tournaments were not appealing to him. So he did not answer the question directly, maybe because there was no answer to that question. Then he came in with another super chat. He said, so basically you cannot name one Eastern European that you have defeated right-handed. Devon said that he is not a tournament guy, but in 2014, WL tournaments were offering a lot of money, so he had to compete. And there John Brzenk caught him. He reminded Devon that he said about 20 minutes ago that he does not arm wrestle or do anything related to arm wrestling for money. But Devon said that in 2014 he retired from military, he did not have a job, he did not have money, so he had to feed his family. So for this one time, he had to compete for money. And Devon also said that he tried to set up a match with Denis Siplenkov right-handed, but the deal did not go through. They even offered him $50,000. Still the match could not happen. Sap the Bee with another super chat. He said that Denis was competing and winning in Zloty Tour for 10 years. Guess Devon Larratt was busy throughout these 10 years. So Devon competed right-handed against Taras Ivakin in 2006 I believe, and he lost 4-2 in that match. He did beat Andrei Pushkar 5-1, but it was left-handed. And he lost 6-0 to Denis left-handed. So yes, Sap the Bee is correct here. And I believe it is not right to assume that Sap the Bee is a Devon hater. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Maybe he's just telling us what he believes is right and he does not hate Devon Larratt. But for those of you who complain about haters being toxic and bringing this sport down, let me tell you one thing. Haters, I believe, are equally, if not more important than the fans to grow this sport. And this is one prime example. He paid John Brezink about $300 worth of super chat so that he can buy a pulley, train well, and beat Devon Larratt. So just to watch Devon lose, he paid John Brezink about $300. And I believe he paid Neil Pickup enough to cover his one-day bills. And after watching these super chats, Robert Gould gave Neil Pickup $100 super chat with a similar message to buy a pulley. And right now I'm making a video about this. So this is how much important haters are. I believe the 10% haters may even outweigh in terms of growth of the sport, contribution towards growth of sport. They may outweigh the fans. So don't hate the haters. John asked Devon if he gets to decide which side of the table he wants to be on. Because if you have the buckle on your hand, it has slight disadvantages. So Devon replied if John is asking for pity, then he can let him have the good side of the buckle. But John said he does not want pity, he just wanted to know how much confident Devon is in himself. And he got his answer. Devon is not confident enough to let him choose the side of the table. Some other things that Devon made very clear in this match. He said that he does not want to hurt John Brezink, but he will make him quit if he has to. He will kings move if he has to. And John said that Devon cannot put smashing him and kings moving him in the same sentence. After the kings move thing, John even asked Devon if anyone has ever pressed hard on his kings move. And I had the same question a couple of years ago. Nobody has ever pressed really hard through Devon's kings move because Todd Hutchings did not have a press, Dave Chaffee did not have a press, and Matt Musk, who himself admits that his press sucks, even he pressed through Devon Larratt when he was in a king's move. Devon had to slide his elbow off the back of the pad to survive. So if the match goes to king's move, I believe John can press through Devon. So what are your thoughts about this conversation? Do you think John Brezink is showing up in Dubai on December 11th to win or just to impress Devon by winning one round? Give me your thoughts in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it with someone who thinks like you. My name is Pradeep and I thank you so much for watching.